Alright guys, I'm back with another chapter in Genesis. We're in Genesis chapter 7, where we're going to start reading about the flood that covers the earth. And here we go. When everything was ready, the Lord said to Noah, "Go into the boat with all your family. For among all the people of the earth, I can see that you alone are righteous. Take with you 7 pairs, male and female, of each animal I have approved for eating and for sacrifice, and take 1 pair of each of the others. Also take 7 pairs of every kind of bird. There must be a male and a female in each pair to ensure that all life will survive on the earth after the flood. 7 days from now, I will make the rains pour down on the earth, and it will rain for 40 days and 40 nights, until I have wiped from the earth all the living things I have created." So Noah did everything as the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood covered the earth. He went on board the boat to escape the flood, he and his wife and his sons and their wives. With them were all the various kinds of animals, those approved for eating and for sacrifice, and those that were not, along with all the birds and the small animals that scurry along the ground. They entered the boat in pairs, male and female, just as God has commanded Noah. After 7 days, the waters of the flood came and covered the earth. When Noah was 600 years old, on the 7th day of the 2nd month, all the underground waters erupted from the earth, and the rain fell in mighty torrents from the sky. The rain continued to fall for 40 days and 40 nights. That very day Noah had gone into the boat with his wife and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives. With them in the boat were pairs of every kind of animal, domestic and wild, large and small, along with birds of every kind. 2 by 2 they came into the boat, representing every living thing that breathes. A male and female of each kind entered, just as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord closed the door behind them. For 40 days the flood waters grew deeper, covering the ground and lifting the boat high above the earth. As the waters rose higher and higher above the ground, the boat floated safely on the surface. Finally, the water covered even the highest mountains on the earth, rising more than 22 feet above the highest peaks. All the living things on earth died: birds, domestic animals, wild animals, small animals that scurry along the ground, and all the people. Everything that breathed and lived on dry land died. God wiped out every living thing on earth: people, livestock, small animals that scurry along the ground, and the birds of the sky. All were destroyed. The only people who survived were Noah and those with him in the boat. And the flood waters covered the earth for 150 days. Wow. I've read, and that's the end of that chapter. I've read about Noah, and when you hear the child version and you think that oh hey, no, I know those we'll say Sunday school stories, David and Goliath and the flood and all those things. 150 days they were in that boat. I don't remember hearing about that. That's an incredible amount of time, especially to be stuck on a boat with a whole bunch of different animals, and to not have had them eat each other and other things that pertain. So how did these animals survive for 150 days with nothing? And I know how they survived, because they had the 7 animals to eat. But that's so crazy to me that, I don't know, I think that that's truly a testament also to our own genealogy. And so when we do that and we find out how similar we all are, simply being, of course we all come from a central point before we all started to deviate. And I know when we get into the Tower of Babel and the separation due to languages that help people, that basically promoted people to start living in different areas and building their own different cultures and things like that, and scattering around the whole world. It's unique that we don't simply follow history back far enough to see this. And when we see this, why this isn't treated more of a historical book than it is. It's unique in the sense that I don't know how to approach history, and sometimes I don't even know how to approach fact when I believe so much in this book. And it just presents so many struggles with current understandings of history and knowledge. And so it constantly challenges me, especially with me having an education background and being a lover of mathematics and all things that can be accounted for. This really challenges, not really my faith. I don't think it challenges my faith much at all, but my understanding of what I know to be true, what I think I know to be true. I just appreciate that constant perspective and that reminder that, man, do I really just not know as much as I think I do? And I don't think I know much, but what I do know, I might not even know, if that makes sense. But that's where this has me today. I'll be back tomorrow to read chapter 8 of Genesis, where it talks about the flood receding. And on that note, have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll see you back tomorrow for Genesis chapter 8. Have a good night, guys.